Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Wherever you happen to find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world we're in. This is another scene for Darkness in Dublin, the vampire venue. This evening we find ourselves in one of the Elysiums within Dublin. And we have a rather motley crew arriving in the Elysium this evening. And I will just do your intros from left to right on my screen. So, first up, Christine.
Well, Amelia will arrive and get in the theater. She has her mask on, but immediately, as soon as she gets in, drops it. There are visible scars on her face, and she looks pretty much very grotesque. And she's pretty much dressed like a punky type, like jeans torn, uh, old leathers and whatnot.
Okay. Miss Stevenson.
She is, again, she's wearing what most people would assume is other women's very, very casual clothing. It's some of her finer clothing. Again, it's not saying much. It's a clean shirt and some sneakers, and yeah, not much, but it's not training clothes. I guess that's a bonus. She's not wearing gym clothes. That's always something.
That is an oddity for Emily.
Yeah, that's normally her mo. Yeah, she just enters, and as she sees the woman that, let's say for the sake of it, have entered like not too long before her, she just makes a double take and she goes, "Oh, good evening."
Well, hello.
And for the sake of expediency, we are going to let that conversation continue once we finish introductions. Up next is Saskia.
Okay. There is a walking pile of jackets kind of hobbling into Elysium, and slowly from underneath, as she's pulling each one of them off and hangs them on a coat rack, there is another Nosferatu, another new face, who walks in. She is covered in like a layer of dust or clay or what? And she'll walk in and just kind of looks around, inspects the area. Seems very interested in the stage, but will stand in the corner and wait for anyone of status or position to to notice.
It should be noted that on the stage are the ruined remains of a black marble throne.
Okay, noted.
Because Hennessy and no, it was Abdul and Whisper destroyed that thing the same night that
all this shit kicked off.
all the madness in the city kicked off. So, and last but not least are Connor and Katya arriving together. Connor, introduce yourself, damn it.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I zoned out for a second. I was reading. Connor would enter. He seems to have slightly toned down on the formal dress. Though he's still dressed in a suit, he has removed the tie and no longer wears a waistcoat with the first few buttons undone.
He also has Katya on his arm. Katya would be wearing a rather informal look for her. Just a pair of dark, almost black jeans, pair of high heels, and a like a button-up top that's got the first couple buttons undone, and her hair pulled back into a bun. And now, Emily, you and Amelia can continue your conversation.
Hi. So, new in the city?
Yeah, I've just arrived.
Um,
What's your name?
I'm Emily. She puts out a hand.
Hi, I'm Amelia. She will shake her hand.
Oh, good to meet you. You doing all right?
Yeah, we're doing good. Are you?
We are doing. Your clan. Yeah, right. Sure.
At which
Sorry,
point,
what was your
Katya would
question?
approach and hug Emily. Good evening, Emily, dear.
Yeah, everyone will notice that Emily just smiles nervously and just stands there and does seem to either appreciate it or something about it, but she doesn't seem to mind. Well, not really. But she just hi, I mean, Primogen, Katja, yeah.
It's okay, my dear. Don't worry. You must be new.
I am new, Primogene here.
Ah, yes, Primogen Katya von Essen, Clan Tremere.
Hmm, indeed. Nice to meet you, Primogen.
And you as well, Miss...
Amelia Ross.
Ah, a pleasure.
Yes, I'm sure that you all think that you're very important.
Hello, Ambrogino.
Ambrogino, who is a mountain of a man, for those of you who've met him, he's about 6'5", and he weighs probably about close to the 400 pounds. He wants to get dressed in his suit that looks as if he got it from a charity shop. But he has this exaggerated air of confidence about him. He's a big man. He's big personality. Yes. So I'm looking for that nonsensical little peacock.
Unfortunately, the sheriff is not here at the moment.
Ah, yes. See, I understand. It's what can I say? When a man has his tiny amounts of penis, sometimes he must compensate.
After hearing that,
dear.
he's just gonna give a side glance to Katya, a smug smirk playing on his face.
Ah, so you slept with him and you can verify the small penis.
I do believe we already went over that at your
Yes, we
gala,
did.
darling.
If I remember, and I always remember correctly, you intimated he was as hung as a church mouse. Ah!
I made no such comment.
But is Ambrogino wrong? Ambrogino is never wrong.
Out of character, I can't stop fucking laughing.
Emily looks as though she wants to crawl in somewhere and, well, actually not hide, just die, really, if she could.
What's the matter with you? Honestly, you didn't do you. Now you're a woman. See, meat. There's meat on these bones.
I'm gonna go and do something. And Emily doesn't activate because it's Elysium, so she doesn't activate celerity, but she moves to get away from this really fast because, nope.
No, nonsense. I came here in order to make the sheriff an offer. He seems like a businessman, even if he does dress like a peacock. For the record, if any of you ever checked, there was still a poor unfortunate wraith following around the Shadowlands screaming peacock man.
I'm fucking dead.
But no, he holds up a very interesting little bauble. It almost looks like a vial, but it's covered in what looks to be blood that has a number of sigils on it, and there's a tiny little fluorescent glow that comes off it.
Intelligence occult?
If you'd like. Santa Maria de Masiose! I'm surrounded by ugly people.
Good to meet you too, sir.
Ah! Ah! I'm just going to stand over here with this pretty man, he will say as he stands next to Connor. I like this. This is good.
Three successes.
Based on the markings on it, you'd almost say it was warded or some kind of warding spell, but it's clearly containing something.
I mean, Maui's checking as well. She has 4 successes, but she's checking from a distance.
Okay. I take it that you're not obfuscated.
No, of course not. She's
Okay.
just standing in a corner.
This is the soul that he wanted, little Toreador girl. I got it back.
Wait. You're-
Emily just comes back, and she seems focused now. She just looks at him, just goes, "Is this Monique's?"
Yes, that would be the name.
It actually. Wow. Okay. That's.
But look at this. They really don't like it when you do this, he says as he shakes it vigorously.
Don't
Oh.
do that. That's. That's good, but what?
Well, you see, technically, the prince only contracted me to collect the soul. I have collected it. It's my property. So I wanted to see if he wanted to make a deal.
To which prince are you going to refer now? As
It was
there
Prince
are-
Train. It was Prince Train who made me the offer, so I consider it good. It's a good deal. But as I said, needless to say, he only contacted me to collect this soul. I have collected it. If Mr. Belmont wants it and he shakes it again, he can pay up.
I will see if I can get a hold of Francis then.
Wonderful.
And how much would you ask for it?
Ah, that's an interesting question. A single major boon, and it's yours.
Deal.
Wonderful. He throws the bottled soul. I recommend. I was
Yeah?
going to say, please roll me dexterity athletics and don't botch.
Okay.
Can I react on it?
Can I react too in case someone fails?
Because Emily is looking at this. She was about to say deal as well, so.
Let's ask you a roll first, and based on her rolls, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Just need to check my list. God damn it. I don't think the long fingers will count for this, unless you give it to me.
I'll let you have it.
Okay. And I'll just spend the willpower just to be sure.
Okay.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. And if my specialty in what was my specialty? Precise counts,
Yep.
it will be
Life.
7 successes.
It's really seamless and really graceful. She just kind of take literally with 2 fingers out of midair and makes it look effortless. It's just like mine now.
Amelia is going to look at her, at Maui, and wink. Like, good deal, good move.
Good. You can now charge even more from the man with tiny penis.
Maui will tuck the soul away in like the jacket that she's still wearing.
I'll have it drawn up with the key. What is your name, ugly lady?
You can call me Maui.
Nice to meet you. I am
Likewise.
Ambrogino Giovanni, and it is very nice to meet me.
I'm sure.
Very good. I have taken up enough of your time and enough of your energy. You have a very nice set of shoulders. I like that. He says as he pats both of Connor's shoulders. Yes, I like these.
Oh, thank you.
By the way, I would like to point out Maui has a charisma specialty called Golden Voice. She also has enchanting voice. So wow, when she speaks, it's almost like you're not hearing a Nosferatu.
He's good.
I mean, it's totally like you're not hearing a Nosferatu, which is really odd.
On the side note, I choose to point out that doing Ambrogino for long periods of time will give me throat cancer.
Yeah, but he's so
I
funny.
tell you what, I tell you what, I'll be entirely honest with you. You're Katya Von Essen. Also, you're the slut primogen, yes? Or the slutogen. Yes, that's what we're doing.
Yes, Primogen Katya von Essen.
Ah, so you're acknowledging the slut as well. That's fine, we accept this. So, I am even going to be generous. Ambrogino will be generous! He says he announces it to the room in that wonderful, wonderful over-the-top way. He says, I will even give you a minor boon from Ambrogino Giovanni to confirm for me the size of his penis.
I don't think I'm going to confirm or deny that.
That's up to you. I will even give you a trivial boon if you take a picture of his penis.
Kat's going to look down at her phone because she probably already has one.
Ah, he has sent you the dick pic. Excellent. And Emily goes back to dying on the inside.
Oh, she's already there. She's gone into torpor by now.
She's gone into torpor of embarrassment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that even a thing?
It is now.
now.
It is now.
I'm dead.
No, you got full XP because you were approved during the month. So we always give you full XP on the month you were approved. So you got last month's XP at full because you were approved last month.
Oh,
There you
okay. Wow.
But seriously, now I'm just going to say it like this: a man who dresses himself like an alcoholic toucan with brain damage must have a tiny penis.
And out of character, that's something I've never actually asked about. So,
And out of
Anyone
character,
would
why
think that
didn't
it's not a thing
Ambrogino
that
ask
needs
the
to be-
soul?
I mean, I would hope that it's not a thing that needs to be specified, but hey, I mean,
You can take appearance specialty huge penis if you want. I'm not going to judge you.
God damn it!
Oh, it gives me so many ideas, man.
On a side note, hang on. If I make a character for your game, Shada, we now know what my appearance specialty is going to be.
Oh God!
Wow. Evan, please don't die.
Oh my God!
and I'm
I love
dying.
this man.
I am Regino, and I am leaving. That's just right away.
And he crosses Amboise on the way out.
Ah, you're the other one who's sleeping with the slut primogen. Good to see you.
Oh God. Mm.
He slowly turns to the room.
That's a lot of information it didn't look for, and it came for free.
Yeah, I guess that's.
Katya is just pinching the bridge of her nose.
I must say, I never took Francis as the type.
Uh, no
Mhm.
judgment here. You know, free to do whatever you want.
Ugh.
No slut shaming or anything.
What the fuck just happened?
Don't worry about
The
it, darling.
Giovanni happened, I guess.
Ambrogino happened, and I'm so glad that it did.
Yeah. I'm very
Oh, I
curious
could.
about that. That was very amusing. That's a
Shut
good
up,
entrance
Connor.
to the city.
No, it's
Sorry.
that's really not amusing. It's
No, it really is. It was very amusing and informative.
Like, if Katya could blush, her face would be bright fucking red right now.
It's one of those where you get past a certain age and you just stop caring.
I don't think I've hit that age yet.
there's a difference between
Mm.
just being embarrassed and then having a giant Italian dude just announcing it to everyone in this and the nearest area code. But I don't know.
To break away from the subject, please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Maui of Clan Nosferatu.
Thank you, Maui. I'm Emily.
I suppose you already know my name, given, well.
Actually, I believe most of the time you were referred to as the slut. I do not
Yeah.
presume that's your name.
No, Katya von Essen, Primogen of Clan Tremere.
And you allow them to talk to you like that.
Yeah. Ambrogino is.
Ambrogino. There's no other word.
I suppose you're correct about that, Ambrose.
It's actually because, for the record, the Giovanni have this really weird, unique place. As long as they don't break the what's called the treaty with the Camarilla, and he hasn't. For the record, he can insult the shit out of you all he wants.
Yeah.
He's practically untouchable unless you want to break the contract. And the Giovanni get very, very narky if anyone goes near breaching the contract.
I mean, the fact that he didn't frenzy or anything means that it's not an insult.
I mean, is she a little embarrassed? Yes. Is it far enough to say she's humiliated? No.
Anyways,
Besides,
it's your
we
turn
have
to.
a contract with Giovanni that I would rather not breach.
Mm.
No matter how
Understand.
insulting certain members of their clan may be.
Honestly, words have the power you gave to them. That's just me.
But do we give that power or does our beast?
Precisely.
Anyway,
Anyways,
it is a pleasure to make
I
your acquaintance. Do you happen to know to whom I would present myself?
For
That's a
you, it's okay. They are of Hennessy's clan, thus I would assume they are presenting themselves to him, though he is not here at the moment.
it's a. All I'm saying is it's a kind of a open question at the moment.
Yes,
Oh, the question isn't very open. It's clear cut as far as I'm concerned.
we are in the middle of a conflict for the praxis.
Hmm.
So,
I see. What's the situation currently?
a mess is what it is.
I mean,
It's
are you just saying that because you do not wish to give the entire tale, or because you do not understand the
no,
entire
no,
tale?
no, no. It's bad. It's really bad.
We are dealing with not only a Sabbat incursion, we also have a red lister knocking down our door, and people decide this would be a great time to start a civil war amongst ourselves, dividing our sect.
Because that doesn't make us weaker to the enemy.
From what I understand, there wasn't
A lot
many
of options.
options left there. Just saying, from what I've
There are-
heard.
There was the option of not mentioning things that should not be mentioned in Elysium. Anyways, and here
I'm not
along
sure I'm
Maui,
understanding you. I don't know all the details here. Just, you know.
and he'll turn to Maui and the other new person. I am Ambroise Louveau of Clan Assam.
And they haven't killed you.
He is
No.
a
Rare.
member of our sect.
Forgive me, I was not aware.
That's fine. He has
I will.
proven himself more than loyal to the Camarilla.
I will say one
All of
thing.
you take a point of
Maui, you
agony
definitely
because she
made
said
me.
Camarilla.
I will say you've definitely chosen a good time to arrive. For those who have the skills, well, you could rise high with all these opportunities laying about.
Those words are often
That's-
spoken in, well, changing times.
That's if you're a careerist.
To be fair, I don't think that our arrivals here are a coincidence.
Certainly books up the numbers in your favor.
So, who do I need to talk to get more information on, like, a detailed situation analysis?
For a
Depends
detailed
on
analysis of the situation, you're going to want to talk to Whisper.
Awesome.
He is Prince Hennessy's seneschal. And a member of your clan.
That should be no problem.
Where will we find her is the question, because I have just arrived. I haven't had the chance to work my magic yet.
She tends to make herself known when she wants to be known.
I was going to say, does Whisper have a phone number at which Katya can contact her? Evan.
I'm gonna let you know. Nothing. No.
Is he coming back?
He comes back just to
Head in the
announce his
window.
name, then walks away again.
This
also-
man is a deity.
It's also a really fun name to say. I'm not even gonna lie. You've never gotten her number because you never asked.
But yes, does Whisper have a phone number at which Katya can
You've never
contact
gotten her number because you've never asked for it.
her?
Can I take out a laptop and start looking for her?
I swore I would use this photo for something specific. There you go.
Is there a Nosferatu Yellow Pages?
There is not, in fact, the not
We
page.
are the Nosferatu Yellow Pages.
There is ShrekNet, but then again,
I
you
mean,
guys will see this individual making his way into the Elysium. I have to check something. Does anyone here have Auspex?
Yes.
Yes.
yep.
What level is the relevant Auspex?
I don't have a very high level. I think I have 2 or 3.
Yeah, Katya
4.
has 3 dots in Auspex.
Let me check.
I got nothing.
I need to learn my sheet. I only have 2.
No one here has 3 or greater.
I have 3.
I have 4.
Oh, you have 4. Hi. How's it going, sweetheart?
Hello.
You can. Roll me your perception alertness, difficulty 8. Because your Auspex level equals his obfuscate level.
Difficulty 8.
Mm-hmm. That is sufficient. I'm going to send you something on Discord.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh dear. This is not worrying at all.
Not at all.
Is he wearing a very ugly T-shirt that he's trying to hide, or what?
No.
Aw.
Wait.
What kind of keyboard do you have? Because that sounds like a really old computer.
It's not. It's just a really old keyboard.
Ah, okay. Fine.
There you go. React accordingly to that, Mr. Fletcher.
He is going
And
to.
the doctor.
He's going to take a sigh and walk over. Gently say goodbye to Catcher and walk off into the fucking sunset.
I wouldn't walk into the sunlight. That's
She would
problematic.
grab Connor's jacket.
Suicide by sunset.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Where are you going?
Ah. You are very unnaturally pretty.
The figure looks up. You become immediately aware that he didn't enter alone. He entered with around 4 or 5 other individuals who were all wearing black trench coats.
Oh god, I think I know who this is.
I am what I am. That's all he says. He's looking around. He appears to be drinking in his surroundings. Fascinating. You were going to run away from me. That is normal, I suppose.
Anybody want to fill me in?
I have a tendency to get out before things get very bad. It's a sense that I have quite well.
Emily
My.
gets next to Katja.
I need to check something. So, this is the Elysium of Dublin, is it?
One of them.
My apologies. And you are...
Primogen Catilan Essen, Clan Tremere.
There's a noticeable curling of his lip in distaste.
Yep. I thought that was who this is.
That he doesn't even try to hide. My. So. This is what I've come here for. Take that one and execute him, he says, pointing at Connor. You see the men in trench coats immediately step forward.
This is Elysium.
You. Interesting. You could, if you basically, if somebody says his name out loud, yes, but he doesn't look like himself at the moment, unless you've got the Auspex to pierce his obfuscate.
Fair enough.
So Connor, they've just declared, he's just said to execute you. How you doing?
I don't think you know who you're talking to.
I'm standing in a nest of vipers, whom speak treason. And you speak words like Elysium. This city's praxis is entirely up for debate, my girl. There is no Elysium. Though, I will make an example of your friend. You have no idea to whom you speak. Out of curiosity, what is everyone's willpower here?
8.
Good question.
That's a good
6.
question. Also 6.
7.
I think 8 might be the winner. Who has 8?
Me.
Okay, 8 is the winner.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Basically, he's going to roll some dice, and we're going to see.
Oh God.
Bye, guys.
Oh, it was
No.
nice knowing you.
No, Gotcha's just getting to know Connor.
I'm sorry, I just need to actually find his relevant rolls for this.
Don't kill our sweet fail doctor.
I make no promises.
If he does execute Connor, Gotcha's probably not going to be far behind because that's one of her friends, and
Oof.
dear Jesus.
What the fuck? What was that?
His simple comment to all of you as he drops his obfuscate, revealing the appearance 7, is kneel before your overlord.
And every single fucking one of us does.
Immediately drops to one knee. You can't stop. Like, you can resist. You can't stand. Like, you can't force yourself to stand. But you drop into like the obeyant position on the ground.
As Katya, shoots off a text.
What do you text?
I've actually just technically, it's the same with only one success, right?
I beg your pardon?
If he only has one success, it's still effective, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Yeah, okay. He only has one success on Emily, so I forgot something.
No. He rolls against the highest of your combined willpower.
Yeah, but I have the merit Iron Will, so I don't know if that affects it.
I
That
don't think it
affects
does.
the difficulty.
Hang on, I don't think it
But
does.
only
Give me
for
2
you.
seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I'm actually going to read. No, because I'm actually curious about this. I'm going to read the merit. I don't think it does.
It might not. I'm not sure.
Dominant
The
dementation.
difficulty of the role, which would be required to dominate the most resistant member of the target group. If he cannot be dominated, no one in his immediate vicinity can. For every success needed to inflict the desired result on the first target, the player must choose one additional target to receive the same effect. Yeah, so basically, yeah, even with the one success, you'd still all drop to your knees.
Okay.
But he stands there for a few moments and he says, I have come to reestablish order. There has been far too much chaos in this city. My grandchild has.
At which point, everyone knows who he is.
Well, yeah, I had my suspicion for a while.
If any of you want, you don't really need to roll Kindred Lore to know who Mithras is.
Yeah.
No.
He is that old. And now then, you. He picks up Connor by the throat. He throats Connor, basically. And he says, you were going to run away like a coward. Are you a coward? You can still talk.
I'd be a fool to try and stand against you.
And yet, so many are fools to oppose me, oppose my bloodline. Not on his, for the record, he doesn't on his canon sheet, but his canon sheet's also terrible, so he's gotten a lot of updates in my version of it.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, that is also his Dark
That's
Age
also
sheet.
his Dark Ages sheet, so
Oh, okay.
it's been, several centuries.
Hmm.
So, what you're telling me is that you are a realist.
I suppose so.
You see a smile creep very slowly across the face. Very well then, realist. As a show of my benevolence, I will let you live.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Ambrogino says hello to Mithras! Just as he walks through the corridor. No, not really. But he almost strokes your face with the back of his hand before he lets you fall. But he lets you fall onto your feet rather than you immediately kneeling again. He will then say, I have come here to bring this praxis conflict to an end. Let it be known that any who raise their hands against my authority and the authority of my bloodline will be my enemy. Miss Von Essen, blood thief, stand.
I'm assuming that also falls under Dominate.
No, he's just
No?
telling you to stand up. You can stand up, but he's not dominating you to do it.
She would stand.
Good. There is one amongst your number whom has intrigued me. Are you aware of the existence of Arthur Fairfax?
Ah. Yes.
I will be staying at the Hotel Imperial. Or rather, the Hotel Imperial has been made... is mine. Yes, that is more correct. Mr. Fairfax is to join me tomorrow for a conversation. You will inform him of this.
Of course. Your Grace.
Good. And you two rats, he will say, addressing the Nosferatu. Inform that stain upon your bloodline that this city is mine. A city was rescued via my blood and our benevolence. And we are more than happy to do to dogs what needs to be done when they go rabid.
As you wish.
Good.
Will do.
Good. With that, you feel the dominant effect break. You can all stand up. He will turn and he will depart from the room, taking his men with him.
And out pops her cell phone to call Francis.
Well, that happened.
Emily shakes her head a
Connor's
bit.
going to find himself a chair.
Who was that?
Ah,
That, my dear,
that's the Prince of London.
that was
Oh.
great Prince Mithras of London.
Some consider him to be Prince of, well, all of UK.
That's just great. Any chance he can help us with the Sabbat?
Exactly what I was thinking.
Because
Why don't you
quite honestly, we
offer
could
him
use
and ask
some help,
him?
but like, just saying.
Well, if you both think it's a great idea, why don't you go both ask him?
And I thought the head of the death cult was bad. Long story.
And Katya's also, sending a text message to Stalheim to let him know that Mithras is here.
His response is, I have been made aware of this. He refused to travel via mundane means, and we had to jerry rig a mirror system so that he could step through.
Of fucking course we did. Wait, they wouldn't have had to, would they? Because didn't Mistina gift these very mirrors to his grandchilder?
Yes, but they weren't enchanted. Basically, they had to create a linked pair of mirrors
Hmm.
to do the job. If it helps, he was. He says it's bemusing. I was just texting you to inform you he was in the city.
Yeah, she would shoot a text back like, huh, yeah, well, a little late for that.
I was under the assumption that no one could violate Elysium, but apparently he could.
Do you think someone of his age really cares about
No,
Alicia?
obviously he doesn't. Like, he just
Prince
showed
Mithras
very
does
clearly
what
that
the
he
fuck
doesn't.
he wants.
He's Prince Mithras.
I know. It's just,
I
Prince
shall not
Mithras
make
does
further comments
what
on that.
But he was right. If there's a Praxis war, technically there's no Elysium, because there's no keeper.
Indeed.
There's no court. So, yes, basically, he can, and we can all. There's nothing stopping us. Seems now like there's a sword in some fashion.
Hmm. You think so?
I got the feeling we're not going to be that lucky. But, well, fingers crossed.
Well,
What
so
was
far,
the name of the hotel?
The Imperial.
how fitting.
Maui will also send a text out, by the way.
So's Connor.